So today's readings speak about faith. So if we want to grow in faith, we have to do what Jesus does in the gospel reading. Is he goes to the mountain by himself to pray, to be alone with the Father. And why is this necessary? Because we hear in the first reading that God comes to Isaiah. He doesn't come in a powerful windstorm. He doesn't come in a violent earthquake. He doesn't come in a raging fire. He comes in a tiny whispering sound. So God comes to us very gently, very quietly, very subtly. So we too need to be quiet, to be recollected, to spend solitude and quiet time with the Lord. It's hard when we're distracted with internet and apps and phones and television and Netflix. We can't be recollected and be one with the Lord. And that's what leads us to faith in the Lord, is to know him, to be with him, to be close to him. So we hear that in life there are many storms. We have many storms in life. And we're going through a big storm right now. And just like the gospel reading, a lot of times we are afraid when the storm comes. And so when the disciples were afraid, Jesus came to them and said, "Take courage, it is I, be not afraid." Take courage, it is I, be not afraid. So likewise with us, when we're in the storms of life, in this storm right now with COVID-19, when we're afraid, Jesus tells us, take courage, it is I, be not afraid. When he says, this is I, it's the same translation as I am. That's the name that God revealed to Moses, I am. So when Jesus says, it is I, he's saying, I am God, be not afraid, I'm always with you. Jesus was in control of the storm. As soon as he went into the boat, the storm died down. So too, he is in control of COVID-19. So we need to believe that. So he tells us, take courage, it is I, be not afraid. And then Peter, originally he was doing so well. He was not afraid. He was walking on water to Jesus. But then he took his eyes off Jesus and looked at the storm. And he started to sink, and he was afraid. And Jesus saved him, but Jesus said to him, you of little faith, why did you doubt? You of little faith, why did you doubt? You were doing so well. You were walking on water, but you took your eyes off me and focused on the storm, and you started to doubt. He was sad, disappointed in Peter. And so likewise with us, when we take our eyes off of Jesus, so that's the secret, is to pray, to keep our eyes on Jesus. Don't look at the storm. When we look at the storm, we'll get fearful. We'll get scared. No, don't look at COVID-19. Look at Jesus and trust in him. And so, and when we do give in to doubt, that's when he's going to say to us, you of little faith, why did you doubt? So he can empower us to be bold, to be courageous, not to give in to fear. And I know some people are like that. In the same family, some people are fearful to death, and others are just fine. Just a month ago, a lady came up to me after the English Mass and said, thank you. Thank you for not being afraid. Thank you for showing us your faith. Thank you for being our spiritual leader. The other priests are terrified. I can tell that you're not. She said, thank you. We need that. So you are to bear witness to Christ as well. You are Catholic. You must live differently than the non-Catholics, than the non-believers. And that's what St. Paul was so bothered about in the second reading. It was really bothering him that the Jewish people did not believe in Jesus. The people who are closest to God, the people who receive the covenant and his word, and now the Messiah comes and they don't believe in him. They don't accept him. They don't recognize him. And so likewise with the church, Catholics need to recognize that Jesus is in control of everything, that he is present to us, and that he is God, and we have nothing to be afraid about. Right? We need to live differently than the non-believers. We need to bear witness to Christ. That's what Jesus wants. So as we receive the Eucharist today, let us give thanks to God for teaching us about faith, which requires prayer, knowledge of God, and to have faith in him, and to bear witness to Jesus.